that there as well. There's probably gonna be nothing on it, but it's so funny to have it there. I think it's kind of hilarious to have an additional thing. What happened to Auda? Auda's busy. He's doing things. We have our tasks.
Rebuilding the British Empire.
Something like that. You'd think that'd be a joke. It ain't.
I'm hoping none of this happens, but that...
Bro, this is the funniest shit. This algorithm is so dog shit optimized right now. It's just, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I've never, a post like this, 57 likes and 3.5k impressions. Oh, fuck. That's so bad, dude. What happened to your sorting system, bro? Oh.
Yeah, for you, that is not up to standard.
Dude, yeah, you could say that. That is insanely bad. That is wild. I can't believe that is even real what I'm looking at. That's just so bad. And same thing with like streams as well. Stream links are the most deranked whole shit to link aside from YouTube links that you can put on the fucking platform. It gets zero fucking traction. Like, I have a post out there 15 fucking hours ago, and that shit sometimes just sits at 6K, and I'm like, bro, come on. Like, you cannot say that you're prioritizing video live features and then do this shit. Like, you should be boosting that, if anything. And they used to for a while. Used to get a shit ton of impressions off of, like, spaces. Like, just by sitting there. They did it for... How long? They did it for how long? They let it last for 1 or 2 weeks, and that was it. That was finished. It was a fun time. No idea why they tweaked it back again. I know they probably thought, oh, we have our reasons. No, you don't. What about the impression farming? Who cares? Let them farm impressions. It doesn't mean anything. But then they get monetized. So? There's going to be so little money, it's not even going to get paid out. Like, you're going to get, like, micro dollars, bro. That shit doesn't even get paid out by Stripe. It has to be accumulated first, and then it gets paid out because it's that fucking little. I don't really see the point. Except for dilution, that might be a thing. But you can map that with some clusters and then shut down the obvious platform manipulation. Actually, it would make it easier for you. They have done that before. I know that for a fact. I've seen it firsthand. So, you can do it. I don't know why they don't do it. Baffles me, to be honest.
They don't want it. Just reasons.
Like, oh, let's improve this feature, that feature. I'm like, so, can you improve this, like, one massive feature that has been, like, just been cast off to the wayside? Customer support? Because it doesn't exist. And your systems are automated such that, like, half of it doesn't even, like, translate at all. Like, you have to make a post go viral, effectively, micro-viral, on the platform about some problem, and then it gets solved. I'm like, does it have to be a viral incident every single time in order for something to get solved? Really? What about the person who's not as big? Well, what that? Bruh. I mean, at least our drafts sync now, which is also pretty interesting because a lot of people store stuff in their drafts. So now I just want you to understand that X has fully unencrypted, like they can watch all that because it's stored in their servers now. Before it was just kind of stored in this cached thing, and so it was local. But since it's now synced, it's up there. So just thought I'd let everybody know that. I said it last week and the week before, but yeah, you know, don't store anything that's, you know, private on there because everybody can read it. With everybody, I mean X.
I just wish they would finally merge the chat and DMs properly. This is like, I can't reach anyone anymore.
Well, they have. But it's just so that when you then use DMs on the XChat thing, they're unencrypted, then the unencrypted send about a minute late. So you have to just use the unencrypted if you want to do unencrypted. People haven't really been moved over to unencrypted fully, and they're still using to encrypt fully, so they're still using the unencrypted. I think they're going to do that because if you already have ported it over effectively, like assuming that they've ported over the massive amounts of history to XChat, then they could just basically rug the unencrypted. And I think they're also like working on their encrypted chips. They're probably moving that to the x.com domain as opposed to the Twitter domain, which it has been on right now, at least from what I can see as a user. No internal data here, which also would explain why they want everybody to re-roll their security keys. Just why the fuck would you do that? It makes no sense. Like, there are two reasons for it, and I'd rather prefer the domain reason because the other one sucks.
Like right now, between the phone and the web, there are 3 different instances of the same connection sometimes.
What? What do you mean by that?
There's the unencrypted chat, there's the encrypted chat, and then there's a merged session. And these all exist somehow simultaneously with 2 different buttons, right? Chat and DM. It's like all over the place. Some people just never see any messages and things like that.
I had it merged because it was a feature you could enable, and then they unmerged it. And I was like, you know what? I understand that. So it's basically what you're seeing, the 3-way thing, is because you have encrypted DMs, you have unencrypted, and the unencrypted have been ported over into the encrypted, so you can see them in the encrypted, but you can also see that they're unencrypted and be able to send from the XChat, which is the encrypted thing, to the unencrypted thing. But it's just you using an additional layer to get to where you want to be, which is the unencrypted. And so that's why it gives you this illusion. In my case, the 2 are separated, where like I see XChat, where I can access both encrypted and unencrypted, and then just the unencrypted chat that is separate. It's like I see the illusion of the 3rd, which there isn't one. It's all just one instance. It's 2 instances. It's the unencrypted and the encrypted, and both unencrypted and encrypted are shown in XChat, and only encrypted is available if you use XChat itself. That's where the illusion of 3 come into play when it clearly is just 2.
100%, but you can see how that is very inconvenient for the user, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm not talking saying that's odd. It's really bad, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to port that shit over and just delete unencrypted. At least I hope they would. Here, these are legacy conversations. Everything up now is going to stop being encrypted. Boom, 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 boom. And it's funny because you go into the XChat and you click on media so that you can upload something. It says it doesn't work for unencrypted. You go, oh, okay, fine, fuck it. I'll just switch to the unencrypted and there I can send it.
Yeah, and audios doesn't work in encrypted yet, right?
Not sure. Also, when are they going to have group calls? I thought there was a whole thing that they were going to try and do that at some point. They did have X calling, so that was cool. They integrated that, which is basically just spaces.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it's very glitchy. You have to do a whole bunch of things. It's basically like hosting spaces, the same thing. It has also the same bugs, ironically enough, so I assume it is. What doesn't help is that they fired everybody who developed the space thing, so that was bad. I used to test the spaces. I knew him. They fired him too. Never bothered to ask why. Should probably ask why. Either they fired him or he left. But I know that they fired their whole spaces team back then for some reason. It was really interesting. This guy Jules was in there for like years, man. It was crazy. He was actually one of the OGs who like still ended up being there. So, yeah. He was cool. They did things. Then they stopped doing things. Now I'm eating watermelons because these things are delicious. Epic. Take that post away.
Yeah, I stopped thinking about these things. Like, they can do what they want. I'm going to be a positivity, force now, I'm not going to complain anymore. It is as it is.
I would, out of everybody, I would have more of a reason to complain than a lot of these engagement farmers and shit who are just doing it for, the money. I do it for the love of the game. I spend a lot of time on this app. And I don't think there's anybody who that uses the app more than I do. And I can prove that you don't. So it's like, I put a lot of effort into this place, using it. I love it. I've been here since before the payout stuff and worked on it since before the payout stuff. So have done it and continue to do it for the love of the game. But when the game don't work, you get to say things. But even then, I don't really complain as much. I'm always the last to complain. So like when I complain, you know it's really bad.
Yeah, I'm always the first to complain. Never goes well, but yeah.
There's got to be somebody, you know. There always has to be somebody.
I'm like, I can see where this is going. Maybe. Wait a minute. The fuck is this?
It won't work anymore.
I'm gonna be the #1 positivity influencer. Selling my course right now. Everything is fine. It's like a choice.
What the fuck? That's insane. Man.
Everything is fine. That's something a lot of people don't like. We take that for granted. Life's amazing right now for everyone living right now in comparison to pretty much everyone in human history.
100%, man.
Like, being a human in the BCs just kind of sucked a lot.
Yeah, and then we did a whole bunch of things to get ourselves out of it, and then we did a whole bunch of things that got us closer to where we went away from as hard as we could, and that's what we're complaining about, basically. I think also at the same time, sure, there's a lot of complaints, a lot of this, a lot of that, but I mean, the fact that things were shittier in the past is no excuse for saying, well, things have gotten really good and now they've gotten shitty again. It's like, well, they're still not as shitty as the shittiest point in human history. It's like that should be a warning. The fact that we're returning closer to the point of shittiness than we were at before is things clearly not being fine, I would say there's still things you can do, and it's like, it's all right, there's still awesome things that are around, but we shouldn't delude ourselves into thinking that everything's fine. I think it's quite the opposite. Nothing is fine, and I would say that every day and every future day is potentially shitty until proven otherwise. And sometimes the proven otherwise part is about you making up that proof so you can make it a good day, and that's where the things can be fine part comes in. It's like, you can't just give up just because things are shitty. Clearly they are, You gotta make it better. Let's not stop that. But we shouldn't accept that things are like, shitty now and say, well, that's fine. No, it's not. That's my position on the matter.
Well, how are things shitty now is my question. Because people make that claim a lot. I'm always like, how?
Well, in a lot of ways. For me, at least, I have to do a lot of things in order for anything to be nice. I have to put a lot of effort into stuff. I don't get many of the privileges that some other people have. Like, for instance, if you live in America, you have infinitely more privileges than I do. Right here, you got governments that pays out shit even though you didn't serve it. I can't rely on any governments because, well, kind of cut off from that. I'm an exile in a sense, if you think about it. So I have to work for everything myself, and because there's very little competence where I'm at, I have to do everything myself. So yeah, then of course, since I do all these things myself, I become very competent and very impatient with idiots, and then those idiots, because they think they're entitled to things, tend to want to tear me down, and then I have that shit to deal with on top of everything else. And then to reconcile that in your head, like, if somebody is and this is the thing, right? I'm a wildly positive person, even though I have insanely shitty problems in places you wouldn't even begin to imagine. So, yeah, many of those things I can't even talk about. On top of manufacturing.
How many times have you been raped by a warlord this week?
None. How is that relevant?
Well, life's pretty good then, in comparison to most of human history. That's what I'm saying.
Who cares about most of human history? We're in a world today, we should make it better. I was like, oh wow, shittiest point in human history. What? That's not an excuse. That is a word of caution. Just that it could get a lot worse doesn't mean that it should be a lot worse.
How would it have been better 2,000 years before now? Like, even, how is now worse than 20 years ago?
How is now worse? In so many ways, dude. Money's worth less than it's ever been. You have to work a lot harder to get to the same amount of what you had been able to get back then. Your food is shittier. Your ability to get that food is harder, costs more.
Not for most of the world.
Most of the world,
Dude,
I don't know.
the U.S. is not most of the world. Like Europe is way shittier than it was 20 years ago. And like I lived through it. Like I know. Like it was just a totally different environment. So the politics is shittier now than it used to be. The debt is shittier now than it used to be. Like we're careening at 100 miles an hour towards the cliff, and just because we haven't gotten to the cliff doesn't mean we're a lot closer to it.
What does this metaphorical cliff look like?
It looks like a sovereign debt crisis. To be blunt, I mean, we've got.
But if we all get sovereign death crisis simultaneously, then we're all just gotta go, mulligan, 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 mulligan.
Yeah, and like to have the whole global financial system collapse. Like it's not. You can't just like mulligan your way out of $70 trillion of sovereign debt that disappears.
Sure you can. We can just say you owe that debt in dollars and then make a new currency, and then you're like, okay, you have the dollars.
Look, I mean, hey, that sounds great. I mean, I guess you can do that, and I hope you have lots of tin food and ammunition.
That is one thing that America does have in spades. We have both of those things covered. We'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
It was insinuating a civil war, right?
I don't think it's a civil war.
I think it would be more of a multinational war. Like China would be like, "Hey, give us our money," and we'll be like, "Well, we do."
It's not even. It's not even.
It's not
China.
worth anything.
It's not even China. It's that like most of the treasuries in the world are held by allied governments and their own banks and the Fed. So like if you delete that and you're just like, oops, like we're not going to be able to make interest payments on that anymore, and all of that's worthless and you're never getting paid back, like the whole Western world will collapse. like the whole thing.
That's okay. It'll shake things up. It'll be the reset we need, but it'll be our best hope is to do better than Mao, which I don't think will be hard to pull off.
Our hope is that like AI will increase productivity to such an insane degree that it won't matter because the economics of the 20th century in which the debt was racked up won't matter anymore.
That's
If we've totally, which is a possibility, like that we're going to have completely, like I was seeing Grok argue with Will Stancil.
Oh god.
Like he had like Will Stancel's this like super lib on X, and he had like a 7-hour argument with Grok and lost, which was pretty amazing to see. And right, and like in full public view, and like there's been a meme going around him and all kinds of other things because someone made a very compelling cartoon about him, and there's also a compelling
It do be like that, Mr. Stancil.
It do be like that, yeah. Well, Mr. Stancil. So and like the memes that are being made, it was all done. The song was being done on Sora, and it was a total fucking banger, like absolute banger. It's like I've been listening to it for the last 24 hours, and what else is there? And like Grok like made fun of him by using the meme. It's like it do be like that sometimes. And I was just saying, like, oh my god, like posters are gonna be put fucking out of business. Like we're done. Like the AI is getting funnier than we are, and more and more biting than we are. And
I disagree because the poster made the content. The poster is the one who told the AI to visualize the content. The poster is also the only reason why the AI is actually good. Because there's a thing at XAI, it's called a meme tutor, basically. And you can work there to describe memes, because the AI doesn't know shit and won't be able to do shit unless the human pushes a button, because it doesn't exist. It's a fucking set of math functions and weights in a vector space. It's a fucking useless machine unless the human is at the helm of it. Just like governments. Governments are shitty because of the incompetence that leads it.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah. That's why they have a thing that's called the human data team. They're the ones that are actually like optimizing it. We're tutoring the system just again and again and again and again and again. It's all just humans.
X has a bunch of people who deliberately seek out the dankest memes and explain the context of the dank memes to Grok, and the Grok's like, it do be like that.
Yeah, exactly. They literally not even people on X. It's literally their job at XAI to describe memes, and they have people that describe video games and that train the system to play those games at some point.
That's so cool. That's
a whole thing they're doing. It's a big thing. Just look at the job listings. You don't need to say, oh, I need inside information to know what the hell is going on. Just fucking just look at the job listings. Can't just read
People
things.
said that you can't remote work if you're in Illinois. That's annoying.
Well, you can't really remote work in a company like that. Basically, like an internal startup. You gotta be on site and you gotta be ready to live in a tent.
I mean, they offer remote work for everyone except for people in Illinois and Wyoming. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, James, he's one of the human data team people. I see you came up probably because of the context.
Hey, it's been a while since I was able to join the conversation. It's been a crazy couple months, but yeah, I just heard you guys were talking about human data team.
There used to be like this whole affiliate network of it too for just like, I think 3 weeks, was it?
Yeah,
it was fun.
I think the problem was everyone that had that, people started getting a bunch of like DMs for asking, information and stuff, and I think it put a target on everyone on the team, and so it became kind of an issue. So they just took it all. They got rid of it. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I did kind of get annoying, all the DMs I would get from people just like asking about like stuff that obviously I can't talk about.
I figured that because I saw that they were like doing the whole affiliate thing. I was like, man, you just revealed everybody who works at your shit. You like tell them their social media handles, bro. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't even everyone. It was just people who opted in, who wanted to, and yeah. But oh well.
That strange ability to just turn DMs off is underutilized as fuck.
I don't think I have enough followers to have issues with too many DMs, and so that was like my first real time having to like turn them off for a little while.
Yeah, I just have all verified on because normally like the amounts of bullshit comes in through the unverified. So I only have verified turned on, if at all, and that goes into a request box. So like you don't even get access to the DMs unless of course you subscribe. Then I will probably be able to see your message because it just comes through, and if your message seems to be like high signal, then it's like up at the top and I can see it. But if not, then yeah. And if you spam me, I will block you. I don't care about like it's $1. You don't get to fucking spam my ass for $1. That's not how it works. There's no legal binding agreement. I could just block your ass. That's how I deal with the DM shit. Because and I like attract a big amount of attention, so things get a little difficult.
I noticed you have a Rebellionaire affiliate now. Are you?
It's been like that for.
How long have you been part of Rebellionaire?
It's been like that since like fucking early 2024. I had this for like years now.
Oh shit! I never noticed.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like
my bad. I watch those guys a lot on YouTube. Great content, great channel.
I was just at the time I was like covering Tesla content a lot, and bro just said, "Hey, you want the badge?" And I'm like, "Sure." I have my own system now. Like you see the little triangle badge that's on top of Blaze's profile there, so I pinned the thing at the top. That's like my company.
Order.
No, that's not Noetic Order. That one's actually a consulting company, and then Noetic Order is also affiliated, which then turns out into an org account. It's like a whole thing. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm the definition of super user on X.
I didn't realize you were a consultant as well.
Pretty much.
I just had my first consulting client last week. I've been trying to get into consulting people into how to incorporate AI into their work or into their life, and I just realized like because I'm so in it that I thought everyone knows what's going on, but there's so many normies that know nothing about AI and they're not using it, and there's so many ways they can make their work so much more efficient. They can get their work done so much faster if they just did like the simplest things. And so I basically just met up with this guy and helped him set up his computer with a bunch of different. Well, first he just showed me his workflow, and I just showed him like a few things that he could do to make it way faster. And then I got a text this morning, and he was just like, "Dude, this is so much better now. It's so much faster for me to do the stuff that I was trying to do." Like, he was cutting and pasting between like ChatGPT into like his programs. I was like, "Dude, this is the worst way to do it." But like, most people don't realize like what's out there. That's if they're not following AI stuff like we do.
With a gentle press,
Yeah.
streams of gold
Because
will start to flow out.
Also,
Just
the
watching
consultancy
this,
bit
doesn't it
is
feel
kind of funny
strangely
because
satisfying? This method is
like
called traditional
because I saw a
oil
bunch of people were like asking me
pressing, an
questions on
ancient technique
things.
that's
I was like, you know what, I'm just going to turn that into money, and I did the whole Bitcoin thing for a while. And then I was like, hey, what if I just like really Web 2'd it and
First,
we just did it as a company? And so we've done that for a bit of people now. It's pretty nice. It's also really good because like we basically take all these like freelancers and shit, and then we just accumulate all of the tasks, and then they can take on the job as they want and be able to just solve the problem, and then they get like 75 or 80% of the money generated from that, which is like the opposite of how normally companies do it, like the exact opposite.
Are you hiring anything? Is it remote stuff or?
Pretty much remote. You can be anywhere in the world, just be available and be able to solve a problem.
That's exactly like pretty much how my brain works.
Yeah.
I'm an optimizer. I like to, but also I'm really good at fixing a lot of things. The trouble is it's being like a kind of a generalist in a lot of things. It's hard to like sell myself in something specifically. So I've focused mostly right now on consulting AI stuff, but because I was just trying to choose a niche to be like, this is what I do.
I think the AI consulting stuff makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of attention on it now, so you should probably keep doing that.
Yeah, that's what I
do that for as long as you can. There's a lot of revenue that can be extracted out of that for the time period.
I think so.
Everybody keeps talking about a giant bubble. No, I'd say they're right.
If you ever have any job openings, send me a DM.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look at things. We'd have to like advertise the fact that like, I just need to know your capabilities, and then we can be like, hey, we can advertise that we have these capabilities because we're actually more of a services company than we are an actual consultancy company. We can actually consult and do things at the same time, which is why we're also going to turn that into Services LLC. So that's going to be the whole thing.
All right. Well, I don't want to take over the conversation with my whole thing, but maybe in DMs.
Did you still work on XAI, or did you exit that?
My end date's it's coming up at the end of November. So I'm moving on because I'm going to focus on consulting and I'm working on an iOS app also. Kind of have like a lot of irons in the fire right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And things have kind of like
Hey, Alexander. Who's watching?
I don't know. It gets kind of boring doing the same thing all the time.
Chicago.
That's the same thing, but I kind of like to do. It's been like almost 2 years now, and I think that's usually about the time where like I need to do something else.
Was telling me
So
that she wants to be an actress.
especially if it's like
So
similar work all the time, I like to
Orthodox girls be an actress, and I said
change it up after a while.
maybe.
So
I said, but we
It's
can make
about
our own
time.
videos.
Yeah.
So we started a new series. I didn't post it on YouTube. I posted it on Instagram on the stories, and she did a.
do you guys see the Halo?
Yes,
the
yes, of
Halo
course.
remake?
She's very funny. So if you want to see.
By the way, have you ever played the campaign, James?
Instagram.
Oh, 100%. That was like one of my
Leave
favorite
it to you.
video games growing up. I played the shit out of Halo.
What about the Infinite? Did you do that one yet?
Yeah. When it first came out, my buddies that I played Halo 1 with, we beat it on Legendary, like in the first, I think we did it in like the first, it was 2 nights we played when it first came out, like when you could do co-op online.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
It's funny, it's one of those games,
4 hours.
it's one of the few games that like, we have kids, so it's kind of tricky. But we realized it was so funny. It didn't originally come out with like split screen. It came out a little bit later with split screen. There's like no games today that have like split screen co-op anymore. It's like
Because it doesn't make sense. Everything's like it's easier to do online. Like everybody just has their own machine, and who's like actually going to go over to another dude's house? That's a whole ordeal. Like going over to another parent's, like it's totally different. Before it'd be like, oh, let me just go to somebody's house because that was the best way to communicate with someone because all other methods were expensive as shit. And so now it's like it's the other way around. It's more expensive to actually go physically visit a person than it is to like talk to them. Like even here, like you're on the other end of the planet for me, and we're just talking here. This is crazy.
Like we used to do LAN parties back, like the Halo 1, or Halo 2, I guess at that point, because they didn't do multiplayer in Halo 1. But or was it Halo 3 or 2 or 3? I can't remember where they started to do the
probably 2.
Yeah, so it was Halo 2. We would bring 4 gigantic TVs and 4 Xboxes, and we'd have a network switch, and we'd be all playing. And we'd run like 100-foot Ethernet cable so we could have the TVs all throughout different parts of the house so you couldn't see the other team's screens and stuff. And it was like a whole thing. It was awesome. We'd stay up all night playing a shit ton of Halo, eating a bunch of pizza, and then now it's like everyone's just in their house playing online with their own screen. It's just like I mean, it makes sense because we can do it now. And it gives you, and now you can play, more times instead of having just that special time when everyone can get together. But I don't know. It's like something was kind of lost in enabling everyone to just play online.
I have good memories of couch co-op, like N64, gaming with the bros, playing Smash Bros or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I would have loved the early Halo.
Or something like that.
I would have loved the early Halo days if I would have lived. If I would have lived that moment.
To do it online and you can do it.
Early Halo days, I was working at GameStop, and so I worked at GameStop. When we did the release of, I remember the release of Halo 2 was so epic. Like we opened the store at midnight for like the line of people waiting outside to buy the game at midnight, and then we had like people just like hanging out playing, and then we'd have tournaments. My neighbor at the time, like he ended up winning the tournament in my hometown, and so he was like crowned like the best Halo player in where I grew up. And it was like, do they even do that these days? Probably not.
No.
Now it's like
it's all just hyper official and shit.
Play on Twitch or something. You're a streamer, I guess. If you're, I don't know. That's cool, I guess. I mean, it's cool that you can sort of. Being a gamer can be like a profession now. That wasn't even a possibility back then.
Yeah, you're the guy with all the autism. You get to like beat the simulation faster than everybody else. Congratulations, here's money.
Everything now.
Literally how it is. It's like literally how it is. I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing. I think it's awesome.
It's interesting they're remaking Halo 1 again because they already did. They already remade it once, right?
Yep.
And I feel like it wasn't as good when they remade it the first time. So maybe this time's better. I don't know. Like, I always thought there was something off on the remake, and then I at some point, someone had made a YouTube video comparing it, like, really detailed comparison video, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's right. That's why it felt off. Like, so many of the levels were just, like, the mood was off, like it wasn't dark enough, and like they took too many liberties with the design, and it wasn't even like the same game necessarily. Like it was the same game in that they like copied the story, but like they didn't quite nail the essence of Halo 1. So hopefully, I don't know. I mean, the trailer looked pretty good, but I mean, I'm probably gonna play it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I loved Halo 1, so I'm definitely gonna play.
Oh wow, I think Black Twitter has found my post. Sorry, I'm totally off topic. I know. I mean, I always do this thing like when I'm like listening to people talk, I just look at my notifications, and I don't do it for like reasons that people might think. It's like I want to map the audience by the profile pictures so that I can get the vibe. Like I train it a little differently. It's like I look at people's profile pictures and I kind of assume their vibe, and it's worked out quite well. Like people have very specific types of profile pictures. I can already see like whether or not you're mentally challenged. It's really interesting. Surprisingly, the most mentally challenged are the ones with like the really badly generated like AI images. You know, the ones that have lots of Cosmos shit in them. Those are the worst. like way too much cosmos shit. It's like the old. Remember, like when Dolly, like when Dolly came out, the updated. What was it? They were using Dolly 3, I think, weren't they? It was like with Google or like Microsoft. What they were doing. It was like this shit, this kind of stuff. They like haven't changed it in a while. Just put it on. Boom. It's like, bro, if you want to make a profile picture, use Midjourney.
Use a real AI image generator.
That's right. Yeah, use Midjourney for that, bro. That's like how I created mine. Like that one right there is just basically me. It's like when people doxed me, it's like, oh wow, holy shit, this guy is exactly who he said he was, and his profile picture looks pretty much exactly like him. Where's the deception? I thought it was always funny. I thought that news article was hilarious. Like the two images, that, and then like the what I like to call the lesser version, because at the time I was playing like a shit ton of Diablo, so I could get to top 10 global, and so I didn't go outside, didn't eat much. I just sat in front of the computer and gamed. I fucking hated every second of it.
So this is Adrian Dittman, aka Elon
I was
Musk.
gonna test he was there.
It was brutal. Yeah, brutal. The grindiness.
The thing is, like, if you wanted to ever get to top 10 global in anything game related, hire a team. You're not gonna do it on your own. It's gonna ruin you, man. Just hire a team. And if you can't do that, then you probably should ask yourselves, how are you able to
I'm recording
sit in
this,
front
by
of a
the way.
computer 8 hours a day playing a video game? And could you perhaps turn that into something that makes you money?
So
And then you'll actually end up with the answer to, hey, can I hire? Or can you not? It's like, and then the answer will likely be yes. And if it's not yes, because you don't care anymore, well, guess what? You just solved your life problems. So part of it.
he solves his life
That's the
problems by
most
hiring people to play the video game
anti-gamer
for
I
him.
can think of, to be honest.
How's that?
I don't know. Getting other people to play the game for you is kind of against the point.
Not really.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah.
I like having fun by enjoying the game at its peak. Like, I can play the game, and I know how to play it, but at the same time, I have this issue. It's called employment, and so I have to solve that problem because I need the resources to sustain what I'm doing. And if I can't sustain what I'm doing, I'm gonna have to shut life, blah, 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 etc. Right? So, the real game is life, and everything else is a meta game you put on top of it, which is why you have, like, simulations with less scarcity in them, because energy functions differently, and you go, this is how I have fun now. Like, there is fall damage in real life. We're gonna play a thing without fall damage. It's like, that's fun to me now. That's why I like playing Halo all the time, even though technically there's no point to it anymore. Like, I've played the multiplayer, leveled everything out. I've played campaign, just did everything on the absolute max difficulty. Legendary, all skulls on, everything. Solo and duo. There is nothing left. I didn't tell anybody else to do that. I did it myself. So, like, I think the peak gamer sentiment is realizing that you can use life as a way to play the game more efficiently. And hey, look, I'm the one who sits with a computer that costs a bunch of money to get. I couldn't be able to get that computer if I didn't do the work that allowed me to get the money to get that computer so I could play the game better. Like, you gotta run your simulations better, more effectively. You need resources for that. To get resources, you need to play the life game first, and then you can get everything else. It's easier and faster and better. That's the whole point. The point of gaming is to win.
I thought it was to have fun.
Yeah, by winning.
There's two different types of gamers: the ones that just play to have fun, and the ones that want to get,
I have fun playing the game to succeed. Because I don't care about process. I'm not a process person. I'm a results person. Process, I don't give a shit about. I like the results part. That's what I'm about. Like exercise, for instance. You don't do it because it feels good to do it. Although at the end it kind of does. And you do that because it gives you results. Firstly, it gives you the result that you feel like you're just, you feel very good after you did your overload exercise. You know, you have this rush going through you. And then you feel a little bit of pain for 2-3 days. And then you do it again. And then on top of this amazing feeling that you get that your body normally wouldn't give off, you know, have bigger muscles and you're stronger and you can do things and you're faster and you're better at everything. That's awesome. There's no greater thing than being able to level up your real life character. Because with that you can do everything. And do wherever you want.
To me, it feels like every single thing you accomplish in the game gets an asterisk because it's not just your accomplishment anymore.
So, what's the point? Doesn't matter. You win. You get results.
Yeah, just not the results I would like, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, well, doesn't. It's two different people.
I hate it every second of it.
I make a lot of
So
things.
this
That's
is
my
Adrian
thing.
Dittman, aka Elon Musk.
Since he was there.
It's brutal, yeah.
So I will always be wired to that.
I fucking hate it every second of
I'll
it.
make real world things and then turn those into simulation things. I will rearrange the world so I can play the sim more because I love playing the sim. So that's all that I need to do is just grind for the sim.
I fucking hate it every second of it.
Delish. Like for instance, I can have a whole ass watermelon. That's awesome. And I get to eat that whole watermelon. A lot of people can't eat a whole watermelon. Not just because they don't have the capacity to do so, they don't have the money to buy one.
People can't buy a watermelon?
A whole ass watermelon just for the fun of it. And eat it.
I mean, they're like
On top of
$6.
Yeah, some people run a little short. Depends also where you live, and how good they taste,
I fucking hate it every
how they're
second of it.
farmed, because some people don't want to eat slop. You know, your life becomes a little difficult once you start considering all those factors. Like, hey, I don't want to eat the watermelon that's farmed with all the glyphosate being put on top of it, because I hate that, or whatever else they're using to keep away pests, weeds, etc. You go, oh, what do we do?
Why don't you like those?
Bigger shit for you.
Yeah, so do arsenic and everything else that all the
At higher
organic
doses.
places use.
At higher doses, but the glyphosate over time accumulates and kills you that way.
Yeah, but the organics accumulate more and kill you faster.
No.
That's pretty consistent across all organic farming. It's one of the funniest things about the industry.
What exactly accumulates?
Arsenic, cyanide, there's also a whole bunch of organic things that ride into them. There's a niacin increaser that sneaks in there all the time as well. All sorts of fun shit. It's why in rural Illinois the organic farmers are called merchants of death by some farmers, which I think is a bit over dramatic, but I find it funny, so I'll allow it.
And the arsenic comes from where exactly? Because there are different, not all organics are created the same, by the way.
It comes from the arsenic that they put on the plants.
Right, and not everybody does that. The ones that do
No,
that,
most of them do.
yeah, exactly. That's why you have to like look very specifically. That's why with the upscale of, hey, you need better food, it becomes a lot more expensive because there are very few people that do the thing that you want them to do so that you can eat the thing that you want to eat without incurring other negative side effects that are just as bad as the ones from the, hey, we are trying to avoid the side effects food.
I'm just fine with the commercial stuff. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt me.
Sure.
Well, you know me. I just generically don't really give much of a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, does it provide calories? If yes, I'm fine with it.
This is the plan.
Yeah. Well, with me is I can't afford that. I afford that in terms of the damage it'll do. So it's not the same. I just like to micro-optimize everything, and it just works better. I have like a consistent system of like, can I wake up at a reliable period of time, no matter how much I've slept, and still be functional with an exceptional degree of accuracy? If the answer is yes, then I will do whatever it takes. And can I continue to do that over long periods of time without incurring any negative side effects? If yes, then you will do whatever that is.
So you could be taken out just by generic pesticides?
Not particularly, but they do make your life significantly worse. Like, they will remove degrees of, hey, I feel very good. Like, if I eat a McDonald's burger, I'll have an immune reaction because there's so much trash in it.
Interesting.
Literally, you do. Like, once you clean out your system, you cannot eat that shit again because your body is not adapted to eating this shit. Like, you will reach higher levels of function if you don't eat the stuff and clean this out of you, And then if you want to eat the stuff you used to eat, then your body needs to readapt, but you'll also lose some of those levels of function. Oh, there you go, James. See James at the back.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I had a similar thing where I was watching. I was trying to eat a lot cleaner. In turn, I ended up eating a lot less salt and a lot less sugar. And now, if I have like just random like Chinese food that has like MSG and stuff in it, or like just like a lot of salt, I will wake up with like hot sweats in the middle of the night with like a headache.
Why do you eat less salt?
Not that I was eating really bad for a long part of my life, where I just ate a lot of fast food all the time, and it's like, grass-fed meat and stuff. I was eating less salt, and I've noticed now that if I eat something from like fast food that has a shit ton of sodium, it just like fucks me up.
I eat a ton of salt, man. You should see the amount of salt I put on my steak. I eat a ton of salt. The thing is, like, because you sweat that out and you need the sodium. There's a lot of people that say you don't need the sodium, but those are the FDA and they're bullshit. It's all wrong. The average person doesn't need as much sodium. That is true, because the average person is average. But if you want to be exceptional, then yeah. It's like, hey, you want to work out more, you're going to sweat more, you're going to need more of those materials. Those very specific types of materials that rebuild your body. Also, these very other specific materials to get from other types of nutrition, make your brain faster, blah, 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 whatever else. Right? But it doesn't give you the speed. And my body's a little different. It needs the carbohydrates. So now I'm going a high protein, low fat, high carb thing. And that has worked out perfectly for me. I've never felt better. I feel awesome. Like all the time.
Yeah, if you're cutting out carbs to the point where your body's running on like ketones and it's like burning fat to turn into energy, it's gonna take longer for your body to get energy that way. So carbs are just like fast energy. If your body wants fast energy, you got to give it carbs.
Yep.
But you can also give it. There's better carbs. Like if you're getting carbs from like, legumes and like beans and stuff. And
beans, I would do that. They break you up real hard. I did beans for years.
Yeah, that's true.
I just eat bread.
I mean, there's a lot of good ways to get carbs, but there's a lot of shitty ways to get carbs. So it just depends.
Yeah, bread, potatoes, pasta.
Yeah,
pasta's pretty good. Pasta's neat.
I like sweet potatoes.
Oh, sweet potatoes are insane. Like you get the sugar in there and you get everything. That's good. Yeah.
Pray they're scared of you?
Yes. Actually form social bond with human. Like. I fucking hated every second of it.
So this is Adrian Dittman, aka Elon Musk.
He was there.
It was brutal, yeah. Brutal. The grindiness.
The thing is, like,
We can't buy that.
I fucking hated every second of it.
So this is Adrian Dittman, aka Elon Musk.
He was there.
Love is something kids learn by watching.
This motherfucker's doxing me.
I fucking hated every second of it.
Did I get clipped?
Salt. It's just different salt. It's sodium, yes, but it's differently bound with glutamates and shit.